Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hi, hey, hello. I love this hadith. I genuinely do. Not only because of how it's constantly used to try and make it seem as if Islam is a misogynistic, oppressive religion towards women, like what you're doing here, but also because it shows how Islam, how 1500 years ago, there was so much wisdom and depth in what was being shared. Let's talk about it. Why did the Prophet ﷺ say that the witness of a woman is equal to half of the man? And because it was because of her deficiency in a woman's mind. Well, first and foremost, he didn't say that. He didn't say there was a deficiency in the woman's mind. Linguistics is pretty crucial, actually, when you're translating something from Arabic to English or anything else. This is specifically referencing the fact that during that time and even today, women were and are an oppressed class who are constantly having to fight for their right to get education and to be allowed to use their knowledge and grow their intelligence in the same manner that men do, which, by the way, Islam gives us that full right. There's rulings in Islam that specifically require for women to be able to have additional backups when witnessing and for men to not get that. That has nothing to do with a man being smarter. And it had everything to do with the fact that men were the only ones actually having access to education at that time. And before Islam came, women were literally viewed as like a subhuman group in a lot of tribes and places, like all around the world, like still happens today. So if a woman was asked to witness about something and she was put in a really bad position because she didn't have that knowledge, she hadn't had access to education, she hadn't had access to any kind of beneficial help, then she could very much so make a mistake and be held accountable for that. So it ensures that a woman has the opportunity, the benefit, the help of additional witnessing, somebody else to be able to back her up and say, no, she's correct, and that's fine. This hadith and the context behind it actually shows just how wise, empathetic, and compassionate the Prophet ﷺ was, and how when he was spreading Islam, he was going out of his way to make sure that it was done in a way that did not hurt women and that didn't put them in a bad situation. And it would have been really unfair and harmful and problematic for women in the society because they had not been given the access to education. They hadn't been given the rights to be able to learn and to be able to have the type of knowledge to make the choices and to grow in the way that they needed to. But after Islam came and gave them those rights, this very much so started to change. However, it takes years and years and years, and we're 1500 years later, and we still often treat women in this exact same way. So the wisdom behind permanently saying women need to be able to have the help from other women, yeah, you're not going to twist that for me. SubhanAllah. I'm not going to let you twist it for others either. There really is no time that the Prophet ﷺ was speaking ill of women. Never happened. There are so many hadith that are twisted to make it look that way without any context whatsoever, and by using the struggle with linguistic translation to try and make it seem like some of the verbiage is problematic. Studying and understanding hadith takes literal sciences, hadith sciences. It requires depth, which you're lacking in. Anyways, I hope that helps. Ma salama.